So hey guys, it's me here. I just want to talk. Well, I don't think it's gonna be a brief video, and this video is basically about some of the things I've been seeing and hearing lately, as far as Islam, Christianity, and such. And I'm only gonna touch on a few of them, and I will throw this disclaimer out. I know that there are a lot of people, or at least a decent amount, who are divorced from some of these ideas. So I'm not talking about everybody, but there are people I've heard say out of their mouths, for instance, in the Islamic religion, if apostasy is punishable by death and other punishments as well, but mainly it's you can kill somebody for leaving your religion, for not believing what you believe, and that completely contradicts the idea that, oh, this is a peaceful religion. Well, not necessarily, especially if you're allowed to kill somebody because they decide to leave your religion. And I feel like that's what stops a lot of people. That's why there's a lot of Muslims now who don't necessarily believe in Islam, but they don't have a choice but to feign like they do or to act like they do, because of the simple fact that, oh, well, if I question it, or if I leave this religion, I could get killed for it. Now in America, that's another story. That necessarily doesn't happen. But other countries like the Middle East, you can die for that. And I feel like it's very sad, and it shows just how closed-minded a lot of these communities are, because not all Islamic people, or not all Islamic communities, believe this, of course. But you have a lot of them fundamentalists that just, or a lot of, even here, you have a lot of people that believe that, oh, okay, if you leave this religion, you deserve to die. You know, you deserve to be you deserve to be tortured and stuff. You deserve, and I find that to be kind of repulsive, because you're okay with murdering somebody on the basis that, oh, well, our holy book that is supposed to be peaceful said that you could. And I have a problem with that, because that's one of the most repulsive ideas that I have ever heard, is that you know I'm allowed to murder, I'm allowed to kill somebody just for leaving a specific religion or abandoning a specific belief. And that's really something that's horrendous. And there are people who have openly supported that and said that, yes, that is, even in America, you have people that support that. And it just shocks me that, with all this stuff, with all the hate and stuff that the people receive here, you will still, you still support that. But as far as Christianity goes, there are people I mean, Christianity is just, I feel like it's just as bad. I feel like both religions, honestly, the beliefs that they have is just as bad. It's just that the only difference is that one is newer, so it hasn't really had the time to commit as many horrendous acts. But there are Christians out there today who are just some of the most repulsive ideas. They're okay with beating people, beating people who don't have the same ideas, who will literally send hate, hate mail, or, just be hateful just because you don't believe what they believe, which is completely and utterly ridiculous. And like I said, I know there are people who are divorced from that idea, who don't do that stuff. And that's, I'm not talking about everybody, but there are a lot of people who, will sit up here and be outside. They'll just do some, a lot of Christians who do so many hateful things. And it's like people, and what really is so upsetting to me is that there are some Christians who are creationists. I don't, either one, who believe so strongly in the Genesis account, that even though science says and is a proven fact that it didn't happen that way, they will still go and basically just, in some states, advocate teaching children something that's not realistic and that's not real. and then want to blame the school system failing on other aspects, such as not being enough religion in school. Now, as you can know, my objection is that you're teaching children things that are not true, and it's just mind-boggling the kind of crap that we allow to happen. When you go around teaching your children, it's a one thing to teach it at home. It's not. That's your right. But when it comes to schools, you need to teach children what is, a proven fact, because this teaching your children stuff that's false is the reason why we're no longer the number one when it comes to education anymore. That and a couple other things, but that's a big factor in it. And so, these are just some objections I have. Obviously, there's a lot more, and I really don't know if I want to get into all of the objections that I have, because it's just crazy. But it just really boggles me the kind of ideologies that exist in people, and people under any other circumstance would not support this or would not be okay with it. But because it comes from this specific book that they hold, things like slavery, in back in ancient times, as it was described, things like murder and stuff like that, you have to you find ways to justify that. But under any other circumstances, you wouldn't support that, and it really is. It's really saddening to me. The kind of things that have been allowed to persist for all these years, and the kind of damage it's been allowed to cause. So that's basically what I had for this video. It's not like my usual ones. I'm probably gonna start talking about topics such as this a little bit more, but it's just disheartening to me, really, that we have these issues. And like I said, I understand a lot of people are divorced from this idea, but the fact of the matter is, we still have, Islam there's still people that believe that, okay, dying a martyr is actually preferred when you get to heaven, so to speak, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing, obviously. I'm not really sure exactly, but it's just crazy the kind of stuff and the kind of things that people will say on behalf of their so-called peaceful religion, just because you have a different opinion. It's just so mind-boggling to me. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys later.